actually a soft hackle mayfly merger pattern that I found a few years ago online that tied a bunch up and showed off to a buddy of mine at work, and he said, well, nobody uses the mergers anymore. Merger patterns, nobody uses those. Those aren't in fashion anymore. What do you mean in fashion? No fashion when it comes to flies. If they work, they work. If they don't, they don't. Just start tying right away. Should say you can tie this in multiple sizes, colors, depending on if you're trying to imitate specific mayflies or not. I've tied this on a size 8 and in yellow and tan as a hex. Can tie it in small, black, claret, whatever you can get your hands on as far as materials for tails. The hook on this one is the size 10 dry fly hook. You can use wet fly hooks. Dry fly hooks, you're fishing the top little the top section of the water column with emerges. You don't need to get too deep. And most panfish are looking up for stuff anyway. So start off with some orange thread. Good base. Tail and part of the body for this guy. Any long pheasant tail fiber will do, whether it's ringneck, Amherst, golden. Amherst is really nice because you can get it dyed in every color of the rainbow, and you can really play around with and switch up colors. This is just golden pheasant quill. And I'll snip off. No, it doesn't need to be that much, but about 4 or 5 filaments. I'll do 4. Thinner. About hook shank length. I'm going to do a tying step here that a little bit longer. Dimitri doesn't like. I did this on another fly of mine, and he was the first to comment I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it again anyway because that's quick and easy. Sorry, Dimitri. So, tail in. We'll grab that, all the butts, and fold them back and put 2 thread wraps over the butts, as opposed to cutting them off and tying them in again in the proper order, because now I'm going to put a rib in last when it should have been first. Because who cares about tying rules, right? The last fly I did that with was a Murray's Helgramite with ostrich for the tail and ostrich for the body instead of black chenille, in case anyone was wondering. So, butts, I'm going to carefully wrap and try not to let go. Just like anything else, anyone who tries to wrap flat mylar tinsel, as soon as you let go of it, it goes everywhere. This stuff is the same. See if we get one more turn out of this.
That's the one you dropped.
Right? No. I think that's going to be it. I'm not going to tempt fate on that one.
Cowardice is a terrible thing.
I get enough space anyway, it's fine. So, tie those off. I'll run them along the hook shank a little bit. Those. Put a wire rib on just for a bit of durability. I don't think the original pattern that I found had that on there, but doesn't hurt. Bluegills and rock bass especially tend to be a little bit aggressive and hard on some flies, and I found that they tend to chew the bodies up on these guys pretty easily. So, a bit of wire to keep everything together. It's not a bad thing. Okay, next step on this guy is dubbing loop. I guess it's meant to represent gills on the Mayfly or legs, either or both. Doesn't have to be too much, just nice sparse color. Oblivious to what should be the right color anyway, so that's alright. Just gonna do a really sparse bit of dubbing here in my loop. If you've played around with dubbing loops and don't have a dubbing spinner, first of all, what are you thinking? Second of all, get one, because they're invaluable. And even, it doesn't have to be the ball bearing, the Superfly ball bearing ones, or whoever else makes them. I've got that one too. They end up getting noisy, the bearings start to stick after a while, no matter how much you oil them. And they're big, and you put them down somewhere and they're never around when you need them. Nice little alternative, these guys. That might be too much, but that's okay. Just away. Just wrap and fold. We get a nice collar here. And tie our loop off. Just clean it up a bit. So again, the soft Hackle collar, any color. If you're doing a green drake, you can tie in an olive or some tan partridge. Hex, you're going more yellow or like a light brown. Tied in by the tip. Just behave. And I'm not too picky about the tag end, so I'll just fold it across. Adds a bit more bulk on top, that's okay. Give this a bit of a fold. Turns I can squeeze out of this guy. And a bit of fluff in there, that's okay. Extra bits on the front of it that it shouldn't have, I'm not going to eat that one. They're not that picky. They're not going to count how many legs, how many eyeballs are on your fly. And pull broke off. Perfect. This guy was just whip finish, and we're done with this one. Fishing it for panfish. I fish these. You can fish it as part of a multi-fly rig with a heavier fly on the bottom, or you can fish it as is. I fish these as is on a fairly light tippet, cast alongside docks, cast alongside brush piles or standing pilings. Let it sink a bit, just work it really slow. Figure 8 retrieves are great with guys like this. You don't want to move it too fast, especially if the fish you're fishing in sort of a pressured area. They don't want anything too fast. They've seen everything thrown past them going fast. Nice slow stuff really tends to be their preference.